I would like to now invite Mr. Vineet Jain, Managing Director, The Times Group, to give his welcome address. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Finance Minister, winners of the ET Awards, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm happy to welcome you to this edition of the Economic Times Awards for Corporate Excellence. As with most big events around the world, this too is virtual. But that does not take away from its significance, nor does it in any way detract from the achievements of our winners. Quite to the contrary, it has been said, not without reason, that the tough get going when the going gets tough. It takes a crisis to separate the wheat from the chaff, the extraordinary from the ordinary. This is a crisis unlike any we have faced in contemporary history. Even the most imaginative science fiction writer would find it difficult to conjure up a world as dystopian as the one we have lived through for a year. Just about everything has changed, the way we work, live, and interact. If there is one certainty that has emerged out of the pandemic, it is that there are no certainties anymore. The past is history. It can no longer serve as a guide to the future. That is what makes this evening extra special. Every disruption, every upheaval in human existence has led to new ways of thinking, surviving, and winning. More than ever before in the history of these iconic awards, we are gathered here to honor and celebrate individuals and organizations for triumphing against all odds. They have displayed leadership vision and an ability to rise above the ordinary in setting new benchmarks in excellence. Madam Finance Minister, I believe our awardees, all our guests, and the nation as a whole will gain greatly from your budget last month. It's bold, it's reformative, and it places a premium on performance. Instead of tinkering on the margins, you have focused on a few big ticket ideas, such as infrastructure, spending, and most significantly, privatization. In doing so, you have recognized two important truths. One, that the taxpayers' money cannot continue to subsidize inefficiency. And second, investment in infrastructure has a big multiplier effect. Yes, privatization helps governments raise money, but it is much more than that. The Honorable Prime Minister said it best when he said the government has no business to be in business. He emphasized it's the government's responsibility to give full support to enterprises and businesses. I believe this should be every government's dharma. The Economic Survey has projected a growth of 11% in fiscal 21-22, one of the fastest recoveries of any large economy in the world. It is achievable, but not by half measures. Madam Finance Minister, there'll be political opposition to your reforms agenda, but you must stay the course. The next few months will be crucial. Infections are surging again, just as you are witnessing hopeful signs of revival across a number of sectors. The government needs to do everything in its power to keep the economy growing, even as it addresses the emerging second wave of COVID. There is no easy solution to the lives versus livelihoods dilemma. But my humble submission is that we avoid large-scale lockdowns. It will hit small and medium businesses and the millions of people they employ the hardest. What we need is strict enforcement of COVID protocols, targeted containment, and vaccination on a war footing. If we can maintain the pace of vaccination at 3 million doses a day, a milestone we achieved earlier this week, it'll help save both lives and livelihoods. Nirmala ji, we know you are not the health minister, but we look to you for our economic health and well-being. Also, there are some businesses that are inherently more vulnerable than others in a crisis such as this: hospitality, real estate, and media. And they may need an economic stimulus to stay viable. The ET Awards aren't just about top lines and bottom lines. Businesses do not operate in a moral vacuum, driven solely by profit motive. It is in line with this belief of ours that we instituted the Corporate Citizen Award long ago and the ET Evoke Social Entrepreneur Award this year. I'd like to thank every one of you once again for joining us on this very special occasion. I look forward to welcome you in person at next year's ET Awards. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jain.